Attack of the Killer Tomatoes is a side-scrolling platform game based on the cartoon, which is based on the film, which is based on the idea that the guy who wrote it had, about the terrifying notion that everyone's favourite red vegetable, or fruit if you're a pedant, comes sentient and killer, and then attacks. You can see why it was such a cleverly named franchise. So the game. You play as Mr. Dungarees, and you have to stop the evil bastard tomatoes from attacking. You do this over the course of a disappointingly short 4 levels. These are the streets, the sewers, the food factory, and the missile launch silo where you must stop the rocket from being launched. As you may have noticed, you can defend yourselves against the killer tomatoes by running and jumping on their squishy heads. Dungaree Man controls well enough, so doing the squishing isn't too hard, but sometimes the hit detection is a little off, meaning that if you do land square on a tomato's head, is it the head? I guess they're all head really. Yeah. Anyway, you still take damage, and there are some tomatoes that are seemingly invincible, and no matter how many stomps you give them, they won't go down. However, you will just die. Something that is strange here is that there is no death animation. There's just a little sound effect and then you are suddenly teleported back to the last checkpoint. It's not really a big problem, it's just something that seems a little strange in a game like this. Although there are only 4 levels to play through, they do put up a good challenge, and you won't be beating this on your first playthrough. The bosses are all pretty tough, especially the one on the first level where you must fight a Phantom of the Opera style monster. They're also surprisingly innovative. It's interesting to see what comes up on the next levels, and it was actually a bit of a shame when a game's credit rolled after only 4 levels. But as we said before, it is a surprisingly good, fun game, especially for a licensed one. The graphics in the game are good, nothing spectacular, but they aren't bad either. And the music is pretty good too. Something that is a bit annoying though is that your character makes this irritating shuffling noise when you walk, which does start to grate almost instantly. However, this is a minor complaint and the game is pretty cheap these days, so it's one that is actually worth taking a look at.